Bottom line is the gentleman that set this series of events, he's the reason that this happened. He opened that clam. You're going to pull out a gun, you're going to have a gun in front of an officer, the officers are going to return fire. It's as easy as that.
That was President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Brian Steele, sharing his thoughts on that deadly officer-involved shooting on the north side of Columbus.
Happened last night, a little after 10 o'clock. The scene has since cleared, but evidence of the altercation remain. Andrea Robinson is joining us now. And Andrea, you just spoke to a man who says he witnessed this.
Yeah, Matt, Monica, this is where that shooting happened, here at the Moose Lodge on Schrock Road. The man that I spoke with on the scene says that the suspect has no affiliation with the Moose Lodge organization or any of its members. Now, I want to give you a look at what we can see from this scene here. You can see that window right there completely busted. There's glass all over the ground. And as you guys said, police have cleared the scene. They are no longer here. But Columbus police tell us that the initial call was in reference to a man with a gun who was acting irate. The caller told police the man had entered the Moose Lodge and there were possible shots fired prior to officers arriving. When officers did arrive, they gave commands to the suspect to drop his firearm. He did not. Sergeant James Fuqua says that's when multiple officers fired their guns. The suspect was shot and taken to the hospital, but he did not survive.
We never want to lose fact at the site and the fact that someone lost their life, okay? No officer comes to work saying, I want to pull a trigger. The amount of stress that comes on that officer and their family and the rest of the department, even the community, no officer comes to work wanting to cause deadly harm to someone.
Police have not released the identity of that suspect, and no officers were injured. Local for you in Columbus, Andrea Robinson, NBC4.
Andrea.
We are sworn to protect people and take that oath very serious, and these officers showed up and they protected people as they're paid to do.
The other breaking news story that we are following here in Columbus, where police say a man is dead after an officer-involved shooting in the Northgate neighborhood.
Yeah, this happened around 10 p.m. outside of a private club on Schrock Road. Andrea Robinson is live at that scene this morning for us with the latest on the investigation. Andrea.
Matt, Monica, that shooting happened here at the Moose Lodge on Schrock Road. Now, police have cleared this scene, and businesses that are in this same strip have started to open for the day. I'm going to step out of the way and give you a look at what remains from this scene. You can see that window there just busted. There's glass all over the sidewalk and stretching out into the road as well. Now, Columbus police tell us that they responded to this call that was in reference to a man with a gun who was acting irate. The caller told police the man had entered the Moose Lodge and there were possible shots fired prior to officers arriving. When officers arrived, they gave commands to the suspect to drop his firearm. He did not. Sergeant James Fuqua said that's when multiple officers fired their guns. The suspect was shot and was taken to the hospital, but he did not survive. Police have not released the identity of the suspect and no officers were injured.
When officers arrived on the scene, they took control of that scene and they did everything they could to end this peacefully. And unfortunately, the suspect did not follow those commands of the officers, and here we are.
I spoke with somebody on the scene this morning who tells me the suspect had no affiliation with the Moose organization or any of its members. Moose 1427 is a fraternal nonprofit organization that raises money for kids and seniors. Local for you in Columbus, Andrea Robinson, NBC4.
Andrea.